Welcome back, everyone, to Lostbelt 4, Yuga Kshetra. We last left off getting Ashwataman onto our team. He is still angry, but he is now angry for us instead of against us. So, let's jump on into Section 17. Section 17, The Flaw of Being There. Dawn of the still 5th day.
Something wrong, Holmes?
No, it's nothing. For a moment, it seemed as though there was something off about the surrounding area. Hopefully, it was nothing more than a momentary sensor malfunction. Ah, so you thought to use people's faith to tear Arjuna down from his divine throne, huh?
Unfortunately, it didn't work. I never thought even the false god would be so heartless as to cast away every person who lost their faith in him. I should have known better than to hope for even so much as that from him.
Honestly, we're kind of stumped right now. I don't suppose you have any good ideas. You're on the right track. Taking away Arjuna's god status is almost certainly the only way we'll be able to beat him.
Yeah, but...
I know, damn it. Obviously, we can't count on the people of this world to help with that anymore. So then, our only choice is to use something else. Assuming we even can, anyway.
Is there something else we can use?
Damn, I really didn't want to bring this up since it's a whole all-or-nothing deal, and it pisses me the hell off. If we mess it up, we'll all be dead and gone. And even if it works, it'd still only give us a tiny chance of coming out on top. You still want to hear it?
Like you said, we don't have any other choice. Right. Please tell us, Ashwataman. Whatever it is, we're ready to hear it.
The biggest factor in Arjuna remaining a god, and in control of this world, is that he's the one advancing the Yuga cycle. The obvious idea that anyone capable of destroying and recreating the world would have to be a god only reinforces his position as one. So as long as he keeps the Yuga cycle going, he's pretty much a perfect god.
Makes sense. I mean, you'd have to be one hell of a god to remake the whole damn world. Oh crap, that sort of thinking's part of the problem, isn't it? Damn it!
But if we look at it another way, that advantage is also a weakness. If we can defy the world remaking, even just a tiny bit, then he won't be a perfect god any longer.
I see. Since remaking the world is such a massive undertaking, even the tiniest flaw would have a big impact. Like how a single scratch in a large precious gem makes its value plummet. But how would we actually do that?
And that's the problem. We can't take the safe or easy way out with something like this. We'd have to face Arjuna's world-destroying noble phantasm head-on. Refuse to disappear and continue our existence as continuous entities. Once we've done that, we'll have proven his fallibility, and we'll really mess up the idea of him as some perfect god.
Are you serious? You want us to face that terrifying noble phantasm head-on? I thought you were an actual tactician, not an armchair general, you fool. It doesn't matter how plausible something seems if it can't actually be done.
Shut up, damn it! You think I don't know that? That's why I'm saying, if we could pull it off. So that's the plan. An almost suicidal battle of endurance where one wrong move means you're gone for good. How about it? Anyone here think they can pull that off? I think back on this world. Here, anything its god deems useless, defective, or unnecessary gets erased as though it never existed. And yet, I'm still here. How weird is that?
Up. Me, a hopeless unemployed shut-in who's only good at video games. It's Jinako, a divine spirit servant in name only who just happened to end up with godly power by some freakish twist of fate. There's no way Arjuna wouldn't hesitate to write someone like me off as worthless. I should have been the first to go. I'm just a spectator, an uninvited guest who's only here by coincidence. At least, that's what I thought. But, you know, even I can't deny that someone knew what I was, and said they needed my help anyway. I can't let the hero who placed his trust in me down. So... I'll do it. Or at least I'll try. I think back on this world. Here, anything its god deems useless, defective, or unnecessary gets erased as though it never existed. And what could be more useless or unnecessary than a goddess of bad luck and misfortune? That said, I'm sure this one wish of mine can still be granted. No matter how despicable the role given to me may be, or how defectively unlucky I may have been born. There shouldn't be anything wrong with praying for my family's happiness. No matter what anyone else says about you, I'll always be your friend, kind Lakshmi. Luck hasn't always been on my side either, like when I failed to defend my country. But that's exactly why I want you to trust me. This time, I won't let anything happen to the ones I care about. I'm going to make sure your wish to free Lakshmi from that awful false god comes true. That wish may not be anything so large as a country. It's easily small enough to fit into your hand. Which is why I'll make sure to hold on to it tightly. I won't let it slip out of my hand for anything. Not for the world, and not for its god. I'll do it too. I'm sure I can.
You guys...
But even Karna couldn't withstand that noble phantasm for long. Don't you think it's too risky? Not gonna lie, if I were gaming, this would be like hardcore mode on the nightmare difficulty setting. Not pretty, but it is our only shot. Besides, I think I've got a decent shot at winning. I mean, we're talking pure endurance, not reflexes, right? If I do a bit of min-maxing, I think I can optimize my build just enough to survive. Not to mention that I have Ganesha's seen that noble phantasm a couple of times. Basically, all I've got to do is sit still and keep camping until it's over, right? I can do that sort of thing in my sleep. I know, because I have before, so I'm sure I'll be fine. Just you wait. I'm gonna come up with a foolproof strategy before the game starts and show you all what a need is truly capable of. That's the difference between me and Karna. Between me and a true hero who faces adversity head-on. Of course, speaking as someone who's never asked to be entrusted with all this responsibility, I figure I need to at least try to live up to it, or I'll never be able to look him in the eye, you know? As for me, I think that my purpose lies in protecting others. While I've thus far had to use my noble phantasm to defeat my enemies, it is meant to be used defensively. This seems like a perfect opportunity to do just that. Of course, I will do my best to tamp down my bad luck and prevent any unfortunate accidents. But if you cannot help but worry, I will understand. I'm sure you would rather remove any uncertain elements from carrying out your... Whoa, are you kidding me? I'm pretty much counting on your help out there. Honestly, I was a bit nervous about doing this on my own, but if you're there with me, I think I've got a real shot. Just to make sure, you guys do have a plan for making this happen, right? What, you don't believe me? Well, I guess I can't blame you. Basically, I'll be using my secondary noble phantasm. As I said before, I'm thinking of applying a Lakshmi's power to my true noble phantasm. I see. There are definite risks with that plan, but there is at least a chance it may succeed. Is there a problem? I'll say. How the hell did you actually come up with a plan to pull this off? Now I gotta explain the rest, damn it. Is there something else we need? Were you really planning on withstanding Arjuna's world remaking cataclysm like it was just a bad storm? 'Cause you can't. If Arjuna doesn't realize something's not right at first, the jester next to him will. Yes, I'm sure he will. That's why he's there, after all. Then, what can we do? If you're gonna evade Arjuna's eye when he looks over the entire world, he'll need to think you belong here. He's gotta take you for granted so much that he'd never even think to question your presence. In other words... Alright, here's the last part of the plan. I'm gonna send you two back in time. Is something wrong? It is a trivial matter, but... Ashwatthama has escaped his curse. What? That is more than a little troubling. I expect it won't be long before he rebels against you. Say, I have an idea. Why not try using your master authority and just make him destroy himself? That would be trivial. But the Kali Yuga is near, as is the end of the great Kali Yuga. I see, so you would prefer not to waste your energy on a single servant, then? Yes, you do have a point, especially given the current situation. The world is nearing its limit. The reconstruction it underwent during the last Kali Yuga has brought it to its breaking point. And that means... the world will reach perfection in the very next cycle. I'm sure you will need every bit of power you have to bring that about, so it makes perfect sense that you wouldn't want to waste any on him. However, I must remind you that Ashwatthama is like a demigod and holds the powers of Shiva and Yama within. While he may be no match for you in your absolute divine power, he could still cause trouble for you if you do nothing to stop him from joining up with the observatory survivors. Surely you don't wish for anything to go wrong during your momentous great Kali Yuga, do you? Very well.
I will send sacred beasts after him. Send every last one that breathes in this land. An excellent idea. I believe that will certainly be for the best. Are you ready yet? If not, hurry it up already. We don't have all day here.
I really wish you'd stop getting angry every time you talk to me. It's a little tough for negative types like me to deal with.
The hell did you just say? Sorry about that. It's just how I am.
It doesn't make me feel better at all. All that's left for us to do now is start concentrating. Although...
Are you sure you want to do this here?
I was wondering the same thing. I thought you'd want to go somewhere a little more, Magecraft friendly.
It doesn't matter where we do this. Not when these two are about to travel through time.
I still can't quite believe this is happening. Though I suppose it isn't all that dissimilar from ray shifting. I'm afraid I must disagree. Ray shifting is pure engineering built upon Spiritron theory. What we are attempting to do here is a once-in-a-lifetime feat that relies on a series of coincidences. Simply put, a miracle. A miracle only made possible by the anomalous nature of this Lostbelt rather than regular Earth. And the fact that its inner time and space have grown unstable thanks to Arjuna repeatedly destroying it. Even then, it still requires us to make full use of the power of Shiva, the ruler of time. One might say it is the exploit to end all exploits, and needless to say, we can only employ it once. Which of course is why I would like to ensure you are all as thoroughly prepared as possible.
If Arjuna ever realizes you two aren't completely of this world, it's over. So you gotta become part of it, something no one would ever think to question, like the sun or the sky. And while you're doing that, you'll have to endure his world-ending cataclysms right up until the present day. When your efforts to prove his fallibility will finally have meaning. That's the only kind of poison that'll weaken him enough for us to defeat him. Much as it pisses me off to say this, it's basically a way to curse him.
Okay, so I gotta ask, how long do we have to do this?
From the point when Arjuna first started ruling the world like this, all the way to now. I won't know how long that is until we do it, but I'm guessing it'll be thousands of years, if not longer.
Whoa. Are you sure you're sure about this? Jeez, what is this? The millionth time you've asked? I keep telling you I'll be fine. I can understand how they feel. I still have my doubts as well. After all, the role you agreed to take on comes with a far greater mental burden than mine. My task will simply be to provide you with power. You're the one who will be using it to maintain the spell and your noble phantasm. You'll have to stay awake the entire time without letting your mind rest or retreating into an inorganic state. You're going to have to maintain uninterrupted consciousness for thousands of years. So long a time that could drive even a god to madness. Are you absolutely certain you can handle this? Do you even know who you're talking to? I'm a professional shut-in. I am the Queen. No, the Empress of Neats. Plus, you throw in my mysterious divine powers, I summon some video games and other goodies, and this'll be a cakewalk. Like a staycation. Hell, this is the perfect time to 100% a few thousand-hour games I've had my eyes on for a while. Senpai... I know Ganesha is treating this lightly, but she must be more worried than she's letting on. I'm sure she's trying to be brave so as not to worry us.
Yeah, we are asking a lot of her.
Hey, don't you know better than to whisper about someone right in front of them? Meats are really sensitive, you know. I'm telling you, I'll be fine. Really. Besides, Ashwataman told us all about some top-secret info, so there shouldn't be any problem keeping our promise.
That was only if you two make it back here safely and if everything else goes well, damn it. Just focus on what you're about to friggin' do. Ugh.
Yeah. Didn't I just ask you not to get so angry at me? Actually, I think I know now why it's especially hard for me to get near you. You reek of Ganesha's old man Shiva. It reminds me of the uncle who always scared me. I wish you'd at least learn to use your inside voice. This won't be an easy job for you either. It'll be like swimming against the current. Are you worried about me? Don't be. I'm used to enduring strenuous conditions. Truly, that's the only way we gorillas know how to fight. I know. That's why I...
Look, just hurry up and let me know when you're ready. I'm not gonna rush you, but the sooner we do this, the better. Arjuna's still my master right now. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he knew I wasn't cursed anymore. And the only thing I'm really concerned about is him trying to.
I'm afraid your concern was well-founded. There are sacred beasts headed your way from all directions. Holy hell, there's so many of them! Is this all of them? I've never seen this many before.
Now what? Should we try again later, or...?
We can't be certain that the situation won't worsen further. We should take care of what we need to do before the sacred beasts reach us. Do you really think we have enough time? They're headed here awfully quick. I'll make sure we have enough time. I have nothing left to hide, so I'll tell you what I'm about to do. I'm going to pour all of my magical energy into my noble phantasm. Now that I've made full use of Alakshmi's power, there should be another unavoidable reaction besides bad luck. I'm going to bring that reaction about intentionally. At this point, I should be able to control it somewhat. Now there's a group of Kali headed your way too! There it is. I summoned them.
You did what?
Aha! Now I get it. I knew I was forgetting something important. Lakshmi is said to be Kali, the demon's second wife. I don't know about that, nor can I ask. But I do sense a connection between the Kali and the goddess inside me. Remember when the giant Kali formed and beat you? I think that was the consequence of using my goddess power in the fight against William Tell. That's why the Kali was so frenzied back then. I form a connection to them whenever I make full use of Alakshmi's power. Though I'll admit I didn't realize this myself until after I saw that giant Kali. If I'd only realized it sooner, we may have been able to lessen the damage they did to Bichu. Does that mean you can control them? Or give them instructions? I doubt it. The best I can do is point them in a given direction. But I'll try and command them to hold back the sacred beasts as best I can. Come, Ganesha, Ashwataman. We have work to do. I was hoping for a little more prep time to, mentally prepare, but I guess that's not happening. Aw, man, I really wanted to do this in a more relaxing environment.
We'll just have to play the hand we're dealt. Listen up, this is a big job even for me. It's gonna take time to focus, and as much as it pisses me off, I won't be able to move while I'm doing it.
Don't worry. A few hundred sacred beasts is nothing for a man of my ability. Are you okay, Rama? Not to worry. A curse like this just makes for a fairer fight. Or so I was hoping. But I'm afraid things may be more dire than I thought. Ganesha and Lakshmi are preparing for their endurance spell, and Ashwataman is getting ready to send them back in time. The only ones here who can fight are me saddled with this curse, and Mash. Pepperoncino, I don't suppose. This should really go without saying, but I'm just a human mage. Don't expect any more from me than that. The Orthodox's systems are all green. I won't have any issue using it. That said, we're very, very seriously outnumbered. It'll be difficult to defend against them, let alone drive them away. Master, look out! She stopped the sacred beast attacking us from above. You just saved me. Does that mean you're gonna help us? Absolutely not. I am only repaying my debt. Don't mistake this for anything other than that. I'll never help humans. I'll never accept them, or love them, or forgive them. The only thing I will do is repay them any debt I may owe. That is the only reason I'm doing this. Though, of course, I trust it goes without saying that I can't possibly take care of all these beasts myself. We know. I'll handle any hostiles that manage to get past Lakshmi's Kali and evade your shots. There's no need to wipe them all out. We just have to buy enough time for... Stop it, Rami. You can't push yourself too hard. Okay, Gouda, this is it. Let's try to buy them as much time as we can. I guess there's only so much we can do. Even if it's just to buy time, we're all doing our best, but there's just not enough of us. Unfortunately, there's nobody else who can help us now, and there's nothing more we can do on our own. Well, that's not entirely true. Eh? Obviously, we can't increase our numbers or anything, but we might still be able to pull this off if we change how we go about it a little. You mean we all need to try even harder? Pretty sure we're giving it everything we've got already. No, I don't mean that. See, there's someone here who's still trying to play it cool, even in this situation. A real dummy who's yet to put all their cards on the table. I'm the dummy. It's me. Oh? I wasn't planning to do this in front of you and Mashi, Gouda. Maybe that's because I'm still technically your prisoner, and I thought it'd be better if I didn't do anything that'd make you more suspicious of me. But now that I think about it, I don't really mind if you know. And if it'll mean if we make it out of here alive, I don't see any reason to hesitate. What are you talking about? Killing. Step in with Jisokutsu. Use Tashinsu to read how it's going to act. And... these things might not be ordinary creatures, but it's not like they keep their brains in their stomachs or have organs made of diamond, right? As long as their bodies follow mostly the same rules as ours, I can apply the knowledge I already have and probably manage somehow. From there, all I have to do is destroy their vital organs and they'll die just like any other creature. That's not to say I like doing this sort of thing. It's just awful on my cuticles, and it's not even any fun. That said, I can't say I really hate doing it. I guess that's not great either, though, huh? I suppose I can't judge Beryl after all, not when I'm doing the same thing as him. Oh, it hurts to see you look so upset, Mashi. Oh well, no going back now, especially not when we're still severely outnumbered. Come on, guys, let's keep it up. We don't have time to be slacking off. There isn't a single wasted motion in his combat style. Pepe, he's obviously very proficient in it. I've seen other styles like it before. His movements and methodology are straight out of Assassin Emiya and Emiya Alter's playbook.
You've been holding out on us, Pepperoncino.
Well, of course I was. Beautiful people like myself don't reveal all on the first date.
Beauty? I'm not sure what beauty has to do with this, but at any rate, I'm glad to see you can fight.
But of course, true beauty is freedom after all. There's nothing those of us with beautiful bodies can't do. If I told you I had a beautiful body too, Rami, would you hold it against me?
I don't know what you mean by that, but whatever it is, I'm quite certain now is not the time for it.
Aw, you're no fun. But I guess you're right, we do still have more sacred beasts to deal with. Hang in there, people! Ashwataman and the others should be done soon. For now, the dance continues.
Ugh, are we still not done? This is getting really old.
There's no end to them. It's as though every sacred beast in the world is coming after us.
Oh, foe!
We haven't heard any status report from the border for a while now either. I can't tell if we're making progress or going in circles. But either way, it doesn't matter. We've just got to keep doing what we can as best we can.
Burn. Burn. I gotta burn myself. My anger for fuel. We'll never get Arjuna to drop his guard again. This is our only chance. This world's space-time is coming apart at the seams thanks to Arjuna breaking and remaking it over and over. But it's that instability that'll let us break the rules and send someone back in time, even if we only get one shot. First I gotta awaken Mahakala, the manifestation of Shiva inside me that can control time itself. Next, I'm gonna need a metric ton of magical energy. Unfortunately, I know just where to get it. Since that bastard Arjuna is still my master, I'm not gonna be shy about grabbing up some of that endless magical energy for myself. That's part of controlling servants, master. If they need more magical energy, it's your job to fork it over. Of course, he'll figure out what I'm up to soon enough. That's why we only get one shot at this. Gotta make sure everything's in place before he can mess it up. What's taking you guys so long? Hurry it up already, damn it!
I am a guardian. I protect countries, people, hopes, dreams. That is why I am here. That is why I exist. As a queen, I may have failed to protect my country, and I may have lacked the skill needed to help my people's rebellion succeed. But I think that's why I was called here, as though I were some sort of hero. I think this world is giving me another chance to get it right. It's challenging me to protect the things I couldn't protect before. Very well. Challenge accepted. I am Lakshmi Bai, the Rani of Jhansi. To those kind failures lending me your strength, a Lakshmi, the goddess of misfortune, and I will promise you this. We will not let one more thing be cruelly, unjustly taken from us. This time we will protect everything. Nahi Dongi! Are you seeing this, Karna? In the end, this is what it all comes down to. I'm gonna be true to myself. Obstinate pessimism and all. Since there aren't many things I'm good at, I want to at least be decent at the things I'm used to. Once in a very different time and place, you believed in me completely, even though you knew I wasn't special. So now, even though I'm scared, I've got to act like what I'm about to do is no big deal, just like I usually do. Besides, I'm not running away from everything this time.
I'm just waiting for someone to come and get me. Hey Ganesha! Sorry you drew the short straw getting me as a vessel. But you knew what you were in for, right? I sure hope so, seeing as you picked the world's biggest NEET and all. Ganesha's the god of prosperity, the god of knowledge, and the god of obstacles, especially removing them. And what are obstacles? Obstructions. Things that try to hold us back or stop us from getting where we want to, where we need to go. I've always been keenly aware of obstacles. I feel like I've been surrounded by them my whole life. So for me, treating the entire outside world like one giant obstacle is as easy as pie. Alright, it's time to gather up that power and solidify it to protect me in my own little world. It's time to make a nice, comfy, neat cave to last me a good long time. A completely impenetrable domain that not even a god could hope to pry open. Ganesha, Vignesvara! Wait, I can sense their noble phantasms.
Did they make it? Ashwataman! Alright, you guys better hang in there. I'm gonna be mad as shit if you give up before you're done. But hey, don't worry. Sure, you'll be gone a long time. But we'll see you again real soon. Mahakala Shakti!
They're gone. Are you sure it worked, Ashwataman?
Ha! What, are you trying to piss me off? Look up, dummy, and see for yourself. They did it. All we've got to do now is pick our heroes up and congratulate them on a long-ass job well done.
Are you alright, Ashwataman? I thought I still had your curse.
It's not the curse, damn it. It's cause I used too much power to mess with time. But don't worry about that now.
Right. I finally understand now. And I know just where we need to go to pick them up.
There's just one more problem. Now that Lakshmi's not here, the Kali aren't helping us anymore.
Ugh, this is way more trouble than I expected. Alright, fine, I'll just consider everything around us as an enemy then.
Let's find a spot where we can break through them.
Right. There's still a huge number of hostiles, but I know we can get past them. The Orthonex has accumulated some strain, but it still hasn't reached its limit. There should be no issue using it in combat. Moving forward. Please, make sure to stay right behind me, Master.
There's just too many. If only I could use my body like normal.
Oh crap, is that? You must have finally figured out something was up. I guess that's no surprise since we were messing with time itself.
What's wrong, Ashwataman?
Arjuna's on his way here. Based on how fast Vimana's approaching, we don't have much time.
I'm sure we don't, but these things just keep coming no matter how many we kill. Forget going to pick them up. At this rate, we won't even be able to get through all these sacred beasts in Kali.
It looks like your plan won't work after all. Your idea of making a perfect god fundamentally flawed from the start was so wonderful it made my ears stand on end. But it seems you were just two steps short of seeing it through. We can't break through all these hostiles. And after we've come all this way...
Damn it! Isn't there anything we can do? Anything! No, we're not giving up yet. We arrived in time.
The border? But how?
We can talk later. Hurry up and get in already.
Sorry to worry you. We couldn't even spare the resources to tell you we were on our way at top speed.
Wait, what are you doing in the middle of this Lostbelt anyway? Isn't it dangerous for you to be here? Oh, believe me, I told them over and over in no uncertain terms how bad of an idea this was. The Zero Sail is our lifeline. Even a little damage to the border would make it impossible for us to evade the next cataclysm. Needless to say, we were risking everything to come here. But...
So many colony and sacred beasts up ahead of us. This is the worst S-curve I've ever had to drive through. I can't believe they're making me drift in a 12-wheeler. Well, what do you know? I actually did it. Surprised? I am too. Go on then, all of you, hurry up and strap in. This ride isn't gonna get any smoother. We don't want you getting hurt if we run into anything. If you die, Gouda, that's the end of everything. There's no point in keeping the border out of harm's way if there's no one around to drive it. A pit crew certainly can't compete in a race on their own after all.
I think you finally started talking to yourself, Chubby, but who cares? You actually pulled it off. I still can't believe how we got here in time. I had my doubts about him driving the border manually, but I guess machines really do require an analog touch. Wait, hang on. Why does it look like he's holding the wheel?
this isn't normal, believe me. See, we were thinking about what we could do to get to you guys as fast as possible. And we decided the best way to do that would be to share the load. Moonier and I focused on controlling the engine and making sure all the border's power went to keeping it at top speed. And Gordy's job was to focus on the actual driving. I swear I don't even know when he installed the extension system that let us split up our jobs like that. I didn't have anything better to do, and I thought it'd be useful.
Get this, Gouda, it turns out our director is actually a pretty badass driver.
Well, I couldn't let the detective keep the top score on the simulator's highest difficulty course forever. In fact, I finally beat his record just the other day. How do you like them apples? Wah-ha-ha-ha-ha!
Quietly applauds while smiling wryly.
While I do prefer on-road, I've driven more than my fair share of off-road as well. And they say the Phoenix shines brightest when things are at their worst. Move! Move! Get out of the way!
His concentration is incredible. He's right between Sacred Beast and the Collie alike.
Ha! That's some good anger you got there, big guy. I like how you let it loose in your driving, too.
Are you angry too, Director?
You know what? I am, damn it! And not just because we had to save you to keep our hopes of fixing this mess alive. I have my own bones to pick with this world.
Huh?
But since I can't give this world a good slug, I'm taking out my resentment towards it with the border. Perfectly natural for defects and failures to be erased in this world. How dare they say that in front of me? Ever since Gordolf Music, was born, I never did anything well enough to get so much as a single gold star. Well, now it's time to show off what a disgraced noble is really made of. Whatever you do, don't undo your seatbelts. And try not to talk unless you want to bite your tongue.
Well, I can't say I saw this coming. But at least now we should be able to meet back up with Ganesha and Lakshmi.
I just hope we don't run into more trouble on the way there. Indeed, I'm seeing a signal in the distant eastern sky. It's Arjuna. We can't let him catch up to us now. Floor it, Da Vinci.
What do you think I'm doing? If you really want to help me go faster, then just leave me to it. Keeping the engine running at full speed without it blowing up in our faces isn't as easy as I make it look, you know.
Section 18. Together with you, at the end of the eternity known as a moment. I witnessed a foolish war. A foolish war that left me with nothing but one question. Everyone understood how foolish it was, so why couldn't we stop it? That much was obvious. It was all down to everything that was bad and wrong in the world. In other words, the root cause of all this foolishness was evil. This is the sort of thing that happens when we can't rid ourselves of evil. Being defective is evil. Being unnecessary is evil. Dishonesty is evil. Lawlessness is evil. Intolerance is evil. Distrust is evil. Adultery is evil. Disloyalty is evil. Bravado is evil. Deception is evil. Obliviousness is evil. Ignorance is evil. Decadence is evil. Jealousy is evil. Stupidity is evil. Avarice is evil. Everyone knows these things are evil. So why can't we rid ourselves of them? So I made a wish. Perhaps I felt differently in other worlds, but here in this one, I wish that there was a way we could rid of them all. It was only after the war ended that I understood. The land stayed red with my comrades' blood made it clear. The endless retribution, one cowardly act of violence begetting another, and on made it clear. The feeling of killing a hated rival with my own hands made it clear. The world simply cannot rid itself of evil on its own. So if the world won't do it, someone else will have to. And if no one else is willing, that leaves only me. After all, the one who spilled the most blood on that land, the one most emblematic of the battlefield's evil foolishness. In other words, the most evil and foolish one of all was... I wished for a just and proper world. An obvious, completely ordinary world that no one would ever think to question. A world so pure and perfect that only newborns and gods could believe in it. A righteous world where people never killed one another. Fortunately, the power I needed to destroy all evil and create that world was right there for the taking. Dawn of the Broken Day.
What was that?
Vimana is firing magical energy blasts at us from afar. Evasive maneuvers.
Ah, damn it all!
My, it looks like he's finally taking us seriously. Whatever you do, try not to slow down, okay?
Easy for you to say.
Well, what else can we do? Our lives are in your hands, and those hands are driving this vehicle. Oh, come to think of it, I guess the fate of the whole world is in your hands too, huh?
Stop that, I'm under enough pressure as it is. Oh, doesn't anyone have any good news for me, damn it? At this point, I don't even care if it's real or not.
My apologies, Commander, but I'm afraid I'm only seeing another abnormality in our nearby environment. Although, did the state of the world just change? Why now of all times? Well, this is certainly less than optimal. It appears that the entire world is starting to buckle under the strain of all these cycles. Never mind that now, Holmes. Can't you see we've got more urgent matters for that big brain of yours to focus on? Between the Kali, the Sacred Beast, and the Magical Energy Blast, there's too much for me to keep track of alone.
Boy, it'd sure be nice if a certain captain with nothing better to do is willing to help us out right about now.
I'm only here to upgrade the ship. I didn't sign up to be part of the crew. But I guess the circumstances are dire enough that I don't have a choice. And this shouldn't be too different from detecting torpedoes. Really? Oh god, you're lifesaver. Okay then, you handle the cannon fire. But since we don't have any decoys to lead them away, all I can do is read the incoming projectiles' trajectories. The steersman piloting this ship will have to handle the rest. I can still tell you when to take evasive maneuvers, of course. But as for whether we survive, the gods only know.
Isn't surviving against a god exactly what we're trying to do here?
Please, Director Gordolf, please do whatever you have to in order to get us there.
Oh, all right. You want to do this thing? Let's do this thing.
Here comes the next one. Stay on course for the next 5 seconds and swerve.
Ha ha ha! At this point, all I can do is laugh. Do try to keep the impossible demands to a minimum, my dear Captain.
I sure hope we make it out of this. At least we're almost there now.
Right. When I first saw it, I never would have thought that this could be what it really was. Can I ask a silly question? Why is it shaped like that?
Beats me. All I know is Ganesha's the one handling that. She probably based it off the most impenetrable thing she knew about. I don't know exactly what that could be, and I doubt she does either. Except maybe in her subconscious.
It is an impenetrable domain made for the sole purpose of ignoring the outside world. An alternate world that physically embodies the very concept of shutting oneself away. Given all that, it is no wonder we were unable to get a proper read on it. Furthermore, as it was made by a combination of both Ganesha and Lakshmi's magical energy, that made it impossible for either of them to sense what it actually was before they knew the truth. That's right, it's the Moon Cell! This is only the second time we're paying it a visit, but it feels completely different now. Back then, it was nothing more than a large object whose nature and purpose were completely unknown to us. Now we know it's been waiting all this time to fulfill its purpose.
Right. It's time to go back to God's Sky Boulder, to the place where Ganesha and Lakshmi are waiting.
Yes, but not so fast. Remember what happened the last time we were there.
Oh, damn it, that's right. There are tons of Kali protecting it.
Slowing down now would make us sitting ducks. Full speed ahead.
Now I see. Those Kali are here because of Lakshmi. Or rather, Alakshmi. Since she has a connection to them, they must have been lured here by the scent of her pure magical energy. And it's since become a Kali nesting ground of sorts.
If we keep going like this, Kali are going to start attacking the border. Please, open the side hatch, Holmes. I'll go out there and try to fend them off.
Well, I guess I'd better head up to the roof then.
Just make sure you don't lose your footing, got it? By the way, if you pull that hidden lever there, you'll find a porthole, so make good use of it.
You still won't give me a break. I'm still fine. Totally fine. Like I said, I have plenty of video games to keep me occupied here. No interruptions, just me and my games. It's like heaven. What could be better than a place where all I have to do is grind? Being a need is the best. All I have to do now is keep doing exactly what I've been doing. Easiest job in the world. So, yeah. I'm not worried about this at all. Why would I be?
We're here. Thankfully, the blasts from Vimana are sending the nearby Kali scattering. Now's our chance. Thanks, Director.
Ha 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 ha! All of a sudden, my knees won't stop shaking. Ha 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 ha!
Oopsie, looks like the adrenaline finally wore off. I guess the rest of us will just have to take it from here. But in the meantime, great job, Director Gordolf. You really saved our asses.
We can't target the border directly now that it's hiding in that thing's shadow. But no matter. We may not know what it is they're after, but whatever it is clearly has something to do with the Sky Boulder. Therefore, the answer is obvious. All you need do is focus your godly power on breaking it apart. Even if the Sky Boulder has endured your cataclysms up to this point, a being of your abilities should still be able to destroy it if you focus solely on the Sky Boulder. What is that? Does this mean you couldn't see it all this time? All because it's been here from the beginning? Now what to do?
I've started to get a little bored. But I'm still fine. Totally fine. I can easily use my god powers to make new games, or summon existing ones. I've got everything I need here. I can do whatever I want. I've got role-playing games, strategy games, sim games, action games, puzzle games, adventure games, shooting games, racing games. I've got fantasy worlds, sci-fi worlds, historical worlds, modern-day worlds. Video games are the pinnacle of human civilization. If you get tired of one, you can always move on to another. Man, this is so much fun. I love grinding and leveling up. I love looking for rare items. And if I run out of things to do, there's no end of different challenge runs to try. The sense of achievement I get from beating those is all the sweeter since I'm just doing them for their own sake. I'm having the time of my life here. I stopped counting the days forever ago. I'm bored. I'm a moaning machine, a complaining machine, a tantrum-throwing machine, a crying machine. My mind's completely empty. I don't even want to think about what I'm thinking about. I just let my body do whatever it feels like at any given moment. And since nobody is watching, how is that any different from a broken machine, repeating the same useless motion over and over? Wait, what is a machine? Crap. This isn't good. I could end up freezing at any time. Better make sure my most important data's saved. Not that it'll matter if I end up falling apart completely. I think I'm remembering something unpleasant. I won't move. I can't move. I don't want to move. I won't do anything. I don't want to do anything. But I have to at least do what I came here for. Why isn't there anybody here?
Why won't anyone talk to me? Why won't anyone respond to me? Why? Why? Why am I all alone? Please, somebody, anybody, please be with me. Don't leave me alone. I don't want to be alone forever. Ah. Ah. At last, we can finally relieve them of their long duty. That cube shuts out everything from the outside world, but there should be one key that can unlock it. Go ahead, Master. Ah! Somebody, save me! Kill me! No, not yet. I can still keep going. After all, my old self didn't have anything. But myself here already knows. I don't even know who I am anymore. But I do know this. Even though I'm nobody special, there's someone waiting for me. There's someone who believes in me. And besides, I promised. Is that light? Yes, light. I can hear something coming from it. Something far away and familiar. Yes, that's it. That's the one thing I never forgot. The one thing I've been waiting for all this time. A voice accepting me as I am.
He places his hand delicately upon the cube's surface. He knew they couldn't possibly be fine with this. He knew they couldn't possibly be okay. He knew all along, the two people waiting inside here are both liars. That's why this is a kind, oh so gentle mess of lies. A wall of determination erected by the two people inside who decided to fight by lying. He takes a deep breath,
and readies the reunion password in his mind. The password they agreed on mere moments, eons ago, to tell them their job is finally over. Even shut-ins are allowed to see the sky. Easy there.
How many centuries, millennia has it been?
I can't say. None of us have any idea how long you spent like that. But I do know your long, painful journey was a success. You should feel proud about that.
You're Rama. That's right. I remember now. Forgive me. It's been so long since I took human form, I can't even seem to stand up straight.
That's all right. You can lean on my shoulder as long as you need.
But, as I recall, the problem is that you're married.
What's wrong with helping a woman who can barely stand? Sheeta would never have a problem with that. Besides, Alakshmi is Lakshmi's sister, which also makes you Sheeta's sister. Surely there can't be anything wrong with a man caring for his sister-in-law. Welcome back, Lakshmi Bai. It's good to see you again like this. This time, at least. But I still...
Lakshmi's okay! But of course her job was to be the outer shell, and to use her divine core as a source of pure energy. The mental strain on her should have been relatively light since she spent all that time as an inanimate object. What about Ganesha? She had to stay conscious the entire time to keep their combined noble phantasm domain going. What about her? She might be a god, but she was still in there alone for what must have felt like an eternity. She could easily have had a mental breakdown.
Are you okay? Talk to us, Ganesha!
You're... Oh, right. I wrote it down in the notes in my save data file so I wouldn't forget. Gouda. That's right, you're Gouda. Now I just use that as the key to use my godly wisdom power, and reload my memories, and... I remember now. What took you guys so long? I'm sorry. Are you okay? Is your mind still intact? Well, more or less. Trust me, if anyone can handle being in a tiny room along for a long time, it's a top-tier NEET like me. Of course, my body is pretty much useless right now. Sorry your master's been saddled with holding me and all my excess padding up. Oh, but I knew it. Huh? Is she looking past us? Is there something... No. Someone there. Yeah, that's right. Maybe the only reason I was able to hang in there was because of what he asked me back then. After all, I couldn't break my promise, could I?
Jinako has performed what is literally the most badass act that has ever happened in Fate series. Thousands of years of solitary isolation in order to enact our plan. Cried a little there. Sorry. Alright, let's continue. Now that Ganesha and Lakshmi's existences have been confirmed here, we have proven beyond all doubt that Arjuna is not a perfect god. And because they have proven his flawed nature by enduring his massive world-undoing cataclysms, the resulting drop to his divine power must be severe indeed.
Good. It works so damn well, I skipped being happy and went right back to unyielding rage. What's more, Arjuna's basically cursed now, since I sent them back to the past. All that time they spent here only reinforces the concept that any god who could miss something like this for so long must be defective.
I see. To put it another way, it's as though a loan someone forgot to put on the books has finally come due. And now that we've proven that loan exists, we have the right to charge an exorbitant amount in interest. This should make for a spectacular show. There's nothing more exciting than a rival company on the verge of bankruptcy.
Foe before. Now we should be able to actually hurt him, huh? Though that's not to say he's going to be an easy opponent. Just a moment. As I see it, part of my job is keeping an eye on things that Gouda's group can't. And right now, that would be you. Ashwataman! No! You're ending your own life here. Why?
You guys piss me off. Can't you tell, damn it? There's several reasons. First, I had to push myself way too hard to use Shiva's power to send those two back in time. Second, I'm still technically Arjuna's servant. If worst comes to worst, he could end up making me hurt you guys. And finally, there's no point in keeping anyone around who can't fight worth a damn. Of course, it pisses me the hell off. Don't worry. The moment those two were freed, the moment this world's destiny was thrown for a loop, I'd already done what I could. And by that, I mean my spirit core should still be good for something. Truth be told, I was already pretty much a shadow of myself by the time we got here.
I know there's no point in saying this now, but Gouda thought he would get to fight beside you right to the end. I can tell you, he's going to be real disappointed.
Ha! Well, who knows? Maybe he'll end up summoning me himself one day.
That would be most encouraging. You're truly a dependable servant. In the future, Gouda, there is bound to bear witness to any number of scenes where he will be forced to stand back and bite his tongue, no matter how angry he may wish to get. If you could be there by his side at times like that, I think that would mean a great deal indeed.
I guess you really do know the only kind of role I'm cut out to play. As for you, X-Master, you're the only one who originally summoned me, so sorry I couldn't be of more help to you. I was supposed to be your servant, but boy did I ever fail at that. You've still got every right to be angry at me.
I'm not angry. I knew you couldn't help it. Believe me, I understand that sort of thing all too well. Maybe if I could get angry or upset on your behalf, it'd help you feel more appreciated as a servant. But I just can't. I don't know how to live my life that way. Sorry.
The way you live your life, huh? While we're on the subject, let me say this. I was still your servant for a while, so I know this much about you. You might think you've lost your way, and that you don't deserve to be thought of as human anymore. But you're wrong. I think you put your foot right through the path you were headed down. To make extra damn sure you wouldn't get lost on it. Maybe I don't have any right to say this, seeing how I snuck in and massacred all those people in the dead of night. But my comrades were all a bunch of good-for-nothings too. Especially Duryodhana and the other 100 princes. Though they were still good guys at heart. Anyway, I think they were fine just the way they were. They might have been good-for-nothings, but they lived their lives to the best they could. I think that's all anyone can do.
Yeah, I know. There's no right or wrong when it comes to living your life. But still, when you're born on the outside looking in on the world, there's not a whole lot you can do, right? So I get it. It's one of those things that just can't be helped. It's not worth complaining about to anyone, and it's not worth asserting my rights over either. I just can't help but think it's a shame that this world sometimes ends up producing outcasts like me.
Man, your resignation really colors everything in your life, doesn't it? That's why you feel bad for the world's lack of tolerance instead of for yourself. It's why you're appalled by human society's failure to help people like you. But you know, it takes a big person to think like that too. I don't have a problem with it. Hell, I wouldn't have a job without it. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up running into you again someday. I'm sure you already know this, but as a servant, I'm not good for much except being a fiery ball of endless fury. But if you still haven't learned your lesson and end up as my master again someday, I'll make sure to make up for your lack of fire by getting good and angry on your behalf. Even if you aren't able to muster up any anger on your own about the world's injustices, I've got rage enough for both of us. I think that's what I'm meant to do.
Well, thank you, Ashwataman. That'll give me something to look forward to.
Well, glad I got all that off my chest. Counting on all of you to take care of the rest. And by the rest, I mean the guy taking my place. I'm pretty sure you already know this, but he's not exactly the most graceful guy around. I knew it. I figured I'd find you here. Really pisses me off you've been slacking.
I have not been slacking off.
I know that. I'm guessing this is the end. The place where Arjuna sends all the so-called failures he erases. A big old trash heap with no shape or form. Just different concepts floating around every which way. I figured you must still be drifting around here back when I saw you turn into Surya's light itself.
Of course you knew. You were the only one who said that.
Is there anyone more tightly wound than you? Freaking infuriating. Alright then, let's do this. We've only got a moment to pull it off. Even if time is basically meaningless here. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna use everything I've got to pull you out of here, and you're gonna use everything you've got to climb the hell out.
What do I have to do?
It's easy. All we gotta do is be ourselves. Long as we do that, we should be able to connect.
Alright, let's do it. If there is no concept of time here, all the better. I want to keep going until I'm satisfied. If the time we experience here has no meaning, that means we can use as much of it as we like. So why just go back as I am now if I could use this time to train and get even stronger?
The hell? At any moment of existing in this space, we could be torn to shreds and you want to train here? What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm just going to do the same thing Arjuna did. Now that I know how far he pushed himself, I have to do the same to meet him on even ground.
The same thing he did.
He must have put himself through tremendous hardships before he reached his current state. It's one thing to say he collected every Indian divinity into himself, and another altogether to actually do so. He may rule this land now, but he has not transcended its bonds. His current state is the answer he arrived at after countless hard decisions and tribulations. In which case, it would be the height of rudeness to challenge him as my ordinary self. So I will put myself through the same ordeals he did as a sign of respect and of despair. I will only challenge him once I have pushed myself as far as I possibly can. As his brother, I owe him no less. And you're going to help me get there, Ashwataman.
Ha! You're too damn good for your own good, do you know that? Irritating as hell. But then, I guess that's just how you've always been, isn't it? Alright, fine. I'm the one who came to get you, so I guess I got a responsibility to see this through to the end. If you want to do this thing, we'll keep at it until you're good and satisfied. Come to think of it, I guess not caring about time is something you and the guy outside got in common. I can't tell if you're a good match for each other or not. Alright, here I come, hero of benefaction. Get ready for a world of pain. Special music.
Sento da! Baka nukasu na! Ima kara yaru no wa tada no souji da. Moera! Kusa! Huh? Chime! Because! イラつくんだよ！ぶっ潰れて死ねさらせこれ！おお！ブラフマーストラックだろ！おお！ぶっ殺してやらな！くそ！ああ！
ぶっ殺してやら！
ぶっ殺す！イラつくんだよ！ぶっ潰れて死ねさらせこれ！念には念だ。悪く思い。おお！小手調べといくか。くそ！
Why was what so loud, the game or me? Or both? You cows, this is loud, angry man.
戦士の誓いはとうに消え、我らは堕落した。失踪するがいい。スダルシャンチャクラ、やむな！